Good morning, me again, Inspirational post by Leverson. I'm just going to get straight into it this morning. Just want to talk about what you have to do, what you have to do. Talking about obviously myself included as well, is make sure that you practice, practice, practice. That's going to put you in a better place. It's going to put your situation in a better situation. It's going to make you believe in yourself, because you will become great at what you are doing. Your talent will shine better than anybody else's talent, because some people can be gifted at birth, some people can be naturally talented, but if you put in the time, the effort into yourself and practice, 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 that will beat anything else that anybody else does, because you will be doing it on a daily basis. If you're doing something on a daily basis while somebody else is just doing it now and again, but when they catch a little bit of spare time, who's going to come out on top? The one that's been doing it daily, or somebody that's just been picking it up here and there? No, it's going to be you, because you are putting in all the efforts, and all your abilities are going to shine through. You are going to be more capable than anybody else. It's like having a doctor or having a carpenter working on your brain. Who would you rather? I'll tell you what, let the carpenter, he can build me a house all day long, but I'll tell you what, I'm not going to have a carpenter work on me to sew up wounds or to prescribe me something, even though with me anyhow, I just let things naturally take their course. It has to be something serious for me to start putting any sort of other things into my body. That shouldn't be there. I believe in self-medication, which is the healing process of nature, and just let it happen naturally. So it's very rare, very, very rare that I become ill or sick or really sick. I might have a bad back or something, or a strain because of my exercising or my running or something of that nature. But it's very, very rare that I become sick through any sort of ailment where I've got to take tablets and all that thing, because I don't do it. But just going back onto that, I always make sure that I look after myself. So I'm going to have the right person to look after me. I'm going to have the right person to give me the information to help me. And as I said, if I need a doctor, I'll go to a doctor. If I need a carpenter, I'm going to go to a carpenter. But I'm always going to go to the best person who's qualified for that specific job, that specific item, that specific information. That's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go to the person that's always had the practice, 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 because then I know that they are more than capable of doing, and I'm believing in them, in what they do, because I know that they're taking themselves very seriously for what they're doing. So it's like having the best coach around you. If you've got the best coach around you, you know that you're going to have the best results, because you know that that coach has persisted in doing everything that they wanted to do, that they have learnt their craft. They have been doing it and doing it and doing it, as the record goes. Yeah, doing it and doing it and doing it. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, not the greatest singer. That's why I'll stick to what I'm sticking to. Some people are better at doing certain things than others. So also what we have to do is, right, as I said, because I write things down in my journal daily, right? So it's practice, practice, practice. So I know that if I'm writing, becoming a better writer, if I know that I am still writing things down, that's helping with my vocabulary. If I know that I'm writing things down, it's helping with my reading as well. So I know that I'm practicing, but it leads on to different things as well, and other skills also. It doesn't just keep you into one narrow sort of groove. It actually starts to open up and wider your abilities and your talents. And as I said, there's things that I write down because I enjoy that, and it helps me to look back to see exactly where I've come from to where I am now at this point. And all it takes is practice, practice, practice. It's like anything. You want to lose weight, you have to practice to lose weight. If you want to get fit, you have to practice to get fit. It's like anything. You have to put in the practice, and you have to put in the time and the hours and the sacrifice and the dedication. You have to put all these disciplines in place, because it isn't just going to come to you. You can be naturally talented, as I've said before, but you have to still have somebody there to show you things in different ways to get those natural talents. So your natural talents are now performing at a high peak. So you're peaking then completely. You're out of your natural talent ability, and you're soaring now into you're just going and working then on a whole different level. A whole different level. You're on a higher level. You're on a higher plane, and you are reaching your higher purpose. So stimulating and improving your performance is paramount to achieve the best from oneself, which is paramount if you're going to make sure that you're working on yourself, and you're stimulating and improving on yourself. Who can really touch you if you're doing this all the time? As I said, if somebody else is just picking things up here and there, how are they going to be able to test you? No, because you're the one that's going to have to teach them, because you've been doing it on a strong basis. Focus on your future possibilities, not your mistakes that you've done. So any mistakes that you've done in the past, it's happened. You can't live on that. What you have to do is now you have to just concentrate on what's in front of you. You can look back in the future and say, okay, I've done something in the future, but so I'm not going to go back and repeat that same mistake, because we learn by our mistakes, and we should learn by our mistakes. If we're not learning by our mistakes, then there's something wrong there with us, and we have to go back and check ourselves again. As I've said to you before, the post that I put on there is all inspirational, it's all help, it's all positivity to get people in the right mindset to think a different way. I'm not saying that I'm trying to indoctrinate anything on you, or to put you have to do this. No, you can do anything that you want to do. It is your choice. If you come along on this journey with us, that's completely amazing. That's great, because then you are then showing that you are going to do your practice, 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 and you are doing everything that you were meant to do, that you were here to achieve, that you were definitely the best person for the job. And the best person for the job and improving on you is you. But the teacher come when the student's ready. The teacher will come when the student's ready. You have to make sure that your obligation is with you first and foremost before you can help anybody else. You have to, because the objective of improving is practice, practice, practice. As they say, the saying goes, like quotes, practice what you preach. Practice what you preach. So if I say that I'm just going to do this now and again, I'm not practicing what I'm preaching, because I says that I would do this daily, and I have not missed a step. And I don't intend to miss a step, because I will practice what I preach. And I am preaching. I'm preaching to the people that want to come along and have this journey to find themselves, to find the better self of themselves, to be the greatest version of themselves, to be the version what nobody else thought that they could be. It's an inner game. It's the game that we've got inside us, and we have got game inside us, right? You have to recognize that the internal obstacles are often more daunting than the external ones. You have to realize that the internal obstacles, they are sometimes more daunting than the ones that we actually have externally. So it's things that are going on within ourselves, inside us, that no one else can see, that has more effect than what's going on the outside. Because on the outside can be just all show and bravado and make believe, but what's going on inside is real. So you know when you are being real to yourself, and other people can probably catch that. But you know what's that thing they say? Fake it until you make it. No, you have to be real for yourself, because at one time what's going to happen is your guard will drop, and you can't keep pretending and pretending and pretending and going on that way unless you are some sort of psychopath and you've got one of these sort of like split personalities. Then probably you can go, but eventually something's going to happen where you're going to snap, and it's all going to come falling down, and it's going to tumble down around you. It's going to be like the Great Walls of Jericho. They're just going to come tumbling down. They are going to come tumbling down on you. So you have to make sure that, as I said, you're in a game, that you have to recognize that your internal obstacles are often more daunting than your external ones. But you have to believe that everything that you've got going on inside is going to happen for a purpose. Because I tell you what, sometimes I've even felt this sort of stuff when I felt, you know, something great's going to happen, something fantastic's going to happen to me. But to help that along its way, I've still got to do my part. It isn't just going to happen with me sitting doing nothing. It has to happen by me working out. It has to happen by me running. It has to happen by me reading. It has to happen by me writing. It has to happen for me by all the things that I do and put into place. And I'm making my foundations stronger. I'm building my foundations. So also, like, I want you to build your foundations too. Your foundations have to be the basis where it is absolutely solid, where then nobody else can touch you. No one else can take that away from you, because you've already built your platform. Now all it is now is just building everything now around that. Building up. You're building up your platform. You're building up your strength. You're building up your internal strength. You can't have anybody else that's going to try and drag that or pull that away from you, because you have that greatness within you. But all you have to do is make sure that you practice, practice, practice. That's all you have to do. Don't forget, because, listen, just because people think that we're poor and we're disenfranchised, as I said, it doesn't mean to say that where you are now is where you're going to be in 5 years. No, it's up to you though. We're building this community to say that, you know what, it's up to you, so that we have conversations with the like-minded people. Doesn't mean to say because you're poor and you're from working class background, right, that you have to change from the things that you're doing. You have to change the things that you are doing from year to year to year to improve your living. To improve your living, you have to change the things that you have been doing year after year after year. If that hasn't worked for you, you've got to change something then, haven't you? You know that you've got to change something. I've had to change things, and I'm still changing things, and I'm still making sure that things that I'm doing are right by me before I can help anybody else. So listen, guys, practice, practice, practice. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your subscription. Thank you for being in youth and coming along on this journey. And as I said, I am not stopping, and nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop me, only I can stop me. So as I said, stay true to your convictions, stay true to you, help one to teach one, come along on this journey, and make sure that you stay as strong as you can for you. Leave a comment about where you are, where you're going, and what you're going to do. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Inspirational post by Leverson. Daily. Practice, practice, practice.